Hello, today I'm going to show you how to unpivot data in Excel. So some of you will never have been in Power Query, and this might be your first look at how to do something like this. Some of you may be storing your data in Excel in what we'd call nested headings. It's been quite a common way of doing things for some time, but it means that you won't be able to interrogate the data very cleanly. Let me show you what I mean. So here's a screenshot of my data so that I can show you how it's laid out. Here's the 2021 data, here's the 2022 data, and you see they're in merged cells. It stretches right across from B to E, and underneath are the quarters in the next row down. So that's great if that's all you want to see as in Excel, but if I want to interrogate the data and sort of start looking at how many things are in 2021 quarter one, for example, I can't. So we need to move that data around to get it right so that we can start to do things with it. Okay, so what we do is we start off with a blank spreadsheet. And in that blank workbook, you would go to the data ribbon and get data from a file from a workbook. So let me show you. I'll take you through it. So on the data ribbon here, I'm going to get data from file from workbook. Click on the file that's got the data in and import it. And here we can see that I've got one sheet in this workbook. So I'll just click on it and I'll see a preview of it. And there you go. There's the years and there's the quarters and here's the names of all my products. So I click on the transpose button to bring it into Power Query. When Power Query opens, it's loaded up that file that I chose into Power Query. And I just need to manipulate it a little bit so that I can see the data the way I want to. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Transform ribbon and I'm going to transpose the data. And what that's done is it's swapped it round so that the products are along the top here. And here you're reading the quarter one for 2021 figures for each product. So one thing that I could do is I could ask Excel to fill down those years. So those nulls get filled by whatever's above them. That would work. So on the same ribbon, the Transform ribbon, I go to Fill Down. You see how the years are filled in there? I am going to promote my headers so that the products are up on the top of these column names. So that's just use first row as headers. And then I'm going to select those two columns and I'm going to unpivot the other columns. It's given the products a name of attribute, which I don't want, but I'm just going to drag that to the left so that it becomes on the left when I take it back into Excel. And I'll just double click where it says attribute and call that products. Second column is years. Third column then is quarters. And the third column is the values. Okay, that's looking great. So all I need to do now is go back to the Home ribbon and close and load. And it's produced a lovely little table for me in Excel, whatever colour I want that table to be, and I can interrogate the data. So if I only wanted to see maybe 2021 and maybe just the first quarter, I can do that. And some of the new things that are in Excel, even in the table design ribbon, because I've made a table from what is essentially a query, I can also unlink my query from the original data should I wish to do this. Well, the point of doing it through Power Query is that I could add more data to the original file and then just refresh everything and it will keep adding it in and doing all the steps again for me in a flash. So I probably won't unlink it, but the other thing I could do is I could insert a slicer. So slicers are pretty cool for adding value by being able to filter visually. So I'm going to just go for products quarters and say okay. So if the quarters, I want it to be a yellow colour and the products, gosh, they can be green. Okay. So this means that I can now manipulate my data as I want. I couldn't have done in its original format. So that is how you would unpivot data in Excel. There's my data back in Excel. Well, I hope you found that useful. If you do need any more help and you've got any questions, then hey, get in touch. My contact details are there.